Oh, I believe we are live. Making my way downtown, walking past, and I'm homebound. Do 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 do. And I would walk 1,000 miles. Hello, everyone. It's me, Vanessa Carlton. Walk 1,000 miles, and I am here with actually. Who am I here with? Who can we? Before I introduce our guests, I would like our guests. I want to know who's here. Who's I'm a summon. I'm summoning. Who's here with us today? Can you give us a clue to who you are?
Yeah, well, a lot of you have been watching The Queen's Gambit, and I just want to say good for you. I'm happy there's no resentment. I'm happy for her. It was originally called The Battleship's Gambit, and I was the lead. And we got to the set, we started playing the set, and I was like, acting, acting, acting. And I was like, I sunk your battleship, bitch. And then they were like, you know what? Let's do chess and let's give her a red wig and a new actress. So I've been jilted. I'm a jilted Queen's Gambit bitch.
A jilted Queen's Gambit bitch. She said Halloween is back on. Here she is. And of course, she is a jilted Queen's Gambit bitch tonight on Halloween, ladies and
Right. And
gentlemen. But
I
on
signed an
most.
NDA, but I'm breaking it for tonight.
Okay, thank you. We here at Slumber Party Live appreciate that so very much. And for those of you
This
who want to know who's under the wig, yes, honey, it is the one, the only John Arthur Hale from, you know him from, oh, I don't know. Have you ever heard of Andy Cohen and his SiriusXM radio network? Have you ever heard of the show The Feels, which I've been a guest on twice? Thank you so much. Have you ever heard of Bear, the musical? Because we got the
I've,
original Jason in the house. You ever heard of the original Broadway cast of Hairspray? Oh, ever heard of Boy from Oz? Because me and John are about to have a very special Halloween slumber party. Feel free to ask your questions in the live, everyone. Where are
Wait,
you
can you
going?
hear me still?
Yeah, I can totally hear you.
My one AirPod fell out. Hold on.
Oh my God, her
Keep
earrings are
no,
popping out.
keep saying good stuff.
He's a hot gay guy walking down the street. He's a hot gay
Okay.
guy when he moves his feet. Hot gay guy. Oh, a little peek of the bedroom. People were asking if this when they saw that you're such a hot gay guy. They're asking if this was gonna get raunchy. And now here we are. She's got her wig. She's looking at the floor for her. When this comes out in podcast form, people are gonna be like, "What the hell is happening?" Oh, she lost her wig. It's a RuPaul's Drag Race. No, no, she lost her wig. She lost her wig. You're gonna lose a lip sync.
Wait, there's also
Your bed?
a
Is it a dog?
chihuahua.
I can, you can
Yeah,
barely. Oh, it's like
come
a
here.
ghost chihuahua in the background.
Look, look,
Oh, that your dog literally appeared out of nowhere like a ghost.
look at that. Do you want to see it up
Hi,
close?
cutie. What's
Oh
your
wow.
dog's name?
That's Pete. Should I put the wig back on? Yeah, it's Halloween.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you
Should I
look like
put
a hot gay guy, but let's put
I
the wig
should put
back on.
I'll put it on backwards.
Oh, actually, that
Ooh,
looks really fierce.
I think like
That's
it's
the
a chill.
look.
Yeah, this is the look. And
Are
it's
you sure
also
that's
like
not forwards?
oh
Because oh.
who's this bitch?
This is ghostly
This
ghouly.
this is Stevie Nicks like lesbian roadie.
Yes, you're kind of almost, and you're also almost giving like Glenn Close in
Do you know that I am a Glenn Close doppelganger lookalike? Like literally, like if you look at my face, I am her.
Okay, I'm
Like look
looking.
at me.
Wait,
Look at me.
actually, when you first said that, I was like, you're crazy, and now I'm like, I see it.
No, it's people they're like you are Glenn Close. I'm like, yeah, I know. Okay, the same face.
I know, I know.
Okay, fine. We found it. I'm Glenn Close.
You're Glenn Close in Fatal Attraction.
Yeah, I won't be ignored. Give me a
I
lamp.
won't be ignored.
Give me a
Um,
rabbit. Boil
Give
it
this bitch
together.
a rabbit already. How are you feeling about Halloween, spending your Halloween with me instead of, um, the normal parties? Are you sad or are you like, you don't care?
The normal parties, oh, you know what? Is this fan making a lot of noise? And I don't mean me as a fan.
You're always making a lot of noise for me as a fan, but no, you can leave it on. It's fine. I can take it. I can take it out in
Wow.
post. Hmm.
No, no, I'm gonna turn it off.
Okay, you can turn it off.
I think here's the honest truth. Oh my God, can you see? Can you see my tits?
Yeah, you're
Um,
just about to.
the truth is that is better audio wise. The truth is I feel so grateful that I've been asked to do something and to be a part of something like this instead of the regular parties, because honestly the regular parties are really stupid and garbage. And when you go to them, it's like New Year's Eve. You go to them, there's expectations, and they're always what? Shattered.
Shattered. I've never liked Halloween celebrations. As a kid, I used to go trick or treating, and the other kids, I was a chubby kid, and the other kids were faster than me, and they would run.
Oh,
They would run away from me.
oh, how about this? I was in, I thought that I was that my ticket to fame. I thought I found my ticket to fame when my lesbian aunt, sorry, I'm sure she's not gonna watch this, was she's not out of the closet yet, but she's 70.
Oh my
Anyway,
god.
sorry, Aunt Carol. She she worked for the local news, and she put together a PSA, and she hired me and my little sister to star in a PSA about how hooligans put like needles and razors inside candy, and we had to like reenact and pretend to be a family with like like real actors, and like be like, mom, what's in my candy? And like it was a really good like acting moment for me. Anyway, nothing, no one ever called, but that was, I was scarred because I always thought there was going to be razors in my candy, which led to me leading a really good lifestyle of health, which is mostly fruit.
Oh, now he only eats fruit. He doesn't ever eat
Oh,
the razor filled candy.
oh.
I oh, your dog is possessed.
No,
Halloween possessed.
my dog notices ghosts.
Do you think
Uh,
okay? First question: do you think your house is haunted?
for sure, 100%.
You really do?
Yeah, she's
I just
alive, but she's haunted. The
she's
girl that I know, yeah, her name's Diane. She lives on the third floor. She leaves notes, hate notes.
you're
She's a bitch.
lying.
She's
I'm
a bitch.
scared actually. I'm actually scared about what you just said.
No, she haunts the building. She's alive, but she haunts me.
Um, that's one actually scared. I'm actually scared right now because I really do believe in ghosts. If you are watching this and you believe in ghosts, please tell us in the comments your ghost stories, and I'll tell
I
John what they
love
are.
I love a ghost story.
We just finished The Haunting of Hill House. I know I'm 3 years behind, but have you seen that?
Yeah, but I'm not watching the new one.
I'm not
But
either.
I watched that one. I did watch that, and I enjoyed it. It took me a second, but I love Henry Thomas because I love E.T. I love him as a dad.
Oh yeah, he was so
Um,
good in that series. And did you catch
mhm,
the little fun nod to ET in this series when the little boy
mm.
is in the when Luke is in the treehouse, he has a ET lunchbox with a picture of the dad as it's so
Oh my
cute.
God, how did I miss that?
It's
Wow.
pretty hidden. I only know because I watched like a YouTube video about it.
Can I say that when I look at myself on the screen, I really am giving you Glenn Close and Fatal Attraction really hard.
You really are. You're giving it hard. Is there anything
Yeah,
better than when you're with a gay friend and you put on a new wig and you're like, who is she? Who is
and then
she
you
now?
really nail it.
You really, who am I? I mean, obviously I'm Vanessa Carlton, but with this wig on, like, who am I actually? Like, who's my face and wig give you?
You know what?
What?
Brittany Murphy in Clueless.
Okay, you might have meant that as a joke, but that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
But
All
I'm
that
serious.
town. Are you
Yeah,
serious?
no, I'm serious. Like you, like if you did it right, if you like
You're right.
really got that wig like trimmed a little bit, got those fucking
Redder.
people
Make it
pe-
redder.
people off your head, and if we gave you the and if we gave you the glow up you deserve, like they did,
You're
like
so
in
right.
Clueless, you could be Brittany Murphy, like actually like be her.
So my best friend is watching this from St. Louis, and she says, "Way harsh, Ty." Hi, Emmy. Wait, you're
I
right. Wait,
You
Emily's
could.
a huge Andy Cohen fan, so it's huge that
Oh,
you're here.
hi, hi.
Um,
I don't
uh,
know why you'd be a fan of that asshole, but just kidding. She pays the bills.
she pays the bills, honey. Wait, I really do look like Brittany Murphy. Do you know how
You
much I
do.
love Brittany Murphy? You know?
Yeah, I feel like she's really like in your kind of generation's wheelhouse for
She
sure.
really, yeah, those of us who are 13 to 19, which is my age, 19.
Mm-hmm.
Emmy said you're a virgin who can't drive. Thank you, Emmy. I love her a lot because, like you and like me, she's an actress who can sing. Did you know she can sing?
Well, I know she could sing.
Oh, it's not like oh she that's correct. She is no longer with us, but she was an unreal singer. Did you know that?
Absolutely, yes. I did know that.
I want to know who are your singers, John? Who do you like? Who do you like to listen to?
You know, funny that you have Vanessa Carlton as your no nom de bloom tonight. But I am a female singer songwriter whore. Like
Are you?
give me Vanessa Carlton, give me a Bjork, give me a like Tracy Chapman, a Tori Amos, give me like a '90s female vocalist, Nani DeFranco, like, and I will like my vagina will blast open like like 1,000 burning miles. And that's really who it is. In terms of like singers, like if we're gonna talk about like ooh, who has the range and stuff like that, then like that's a different conversation. But like my personal ears, go towards like that kind of stuff. But are you talking about like who has like are we gonna talk about like in a gay way, like who's my singers? I don't know. It's
No, I
different
loved your. Yeah, that's a
different
different conversation. I
conversation.
loved your answer. That's what I wanted to know. I want to know like who are your like
Mm-hmm.
if you're gonna put on your favorites. If we're driving to Palm Springs together, who are you putting on?
Oh.
So you like? Do you dig like Lilith Fair? That sounds very Lilith
It's a
Fair.
100% absolute Indigo Girls, absolute Paula Cole, absolute Sarah McLaughlin, like 100% Lilith Fair, and actually, for that matter, the Lilith Fair album.
The Lilith Fair album is lit.
I don't mind like all those people and their albums, plus the Lilith Fair literal album, the literal fair.
Okay, so if you're you're taking in the literal fair and you're on a desert island and you only get one song from one of those artists, from one of those Lilith
Okay,
Fair artists, what song?
fast car.
Yeah, that's the best answer. Fuck. That's really good. I mean,
I got it's
that's an unbelievable song.
because you can kind of make every other song work within that one song. it's
That's
it's
such a
it
good point.
is a it is 1,000 miles. It is me who beats me up. It is Paula Cole. It is all those other people in the one song. It is all of those songs in one song.
Yeah, it's
it
Where
it
Have All
is
the
every
Cowboys
song.
Gone? It's all
Yeah.
of it. Mine would have to be, and this is a little bit basic, but I'm okay with that. It's Building a Mystery by Sarah McLaughlin. I mean,
That's the one song you'd bring.
that's the one song I'd bring. There's something about that song where I'm just like, I
Yeah.
love it. It puts me at ease and excites me at the same time. Kind of like Fast Car.
Yes. Yes. Oh,
And I mean, I love 80. I'm a Sarah McLaughlin whore. My brother and sister are 6 and 8 years older than
stretch.
me, and my sister was like obsessed, so she would blast it all the time. But I love 80. I love all the other jams. But Building a Mystery really was like,
Building a Mystery. That was the first single.
I think it was.
No.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
And it was a little bit like, huh, what does this mean? And what do you think that song means?
I think it means that you're building a mystery.
Right. I
I
think
think you're.
yeah,
I think
sure.
you're trying to create. If we're the Scooby Gang and we're trying to figure out hey, what's going on, you mangy kids? What's going on, you mangy kids? You're trying to build up. What does that song mean? Does it mean like he's
Uh
further distancing himself from her? Like I need you to be okay.
as I've gotten older and as I've become dumber, I do think I think it means actually I don't know. because it's a mystery. But it's a really mysterious song. Like, but it's like, yeah, okay, hold on. You strut your astrowear and your suicide porn? Is that what the words are?
I'm looking them up right now because now I'm truly so curious. You come out at night. That's
Coming
when
at
the
night,
energy
that's when
comes
the energy comes and the dark side's light and the
and the
vampires
vampires roam.
roar. You
This is
strut.
like spooky. This is Halloween. Yeah,
Don't think I don't know the word.
You strut your Rasta wear and your
Rasta wearing your
suicide
suicide.
poem, and
I don't
across
think
the
that's
fate
no.
that
Who is
guide.
it? What lyric? Because see, sometimes these lyrics are wrong. I think these are the
They're
like
wrong.
appropriate lyrics. No, I think it's like I think they were harsher Thai
They're
lyrics.
way harsher. Tie title of episode way harsher. Tie from the
Hmm.
ghosts in the halls. You wear sandals in the snow. This actually doesn't make any sense. This makes
No, I think.
this is nonsense.
Well, I think the song doesn't make sense, but I also think sometimes like lyrics on the web are sometimes made by a child who just listens. But sometimes I think when you get to the real lyrics, it takes you a second.
Um,
Anyway, whatever.
yeah,
I'm so glad that's your answer. I love that whole surfacing album.
it's really good. That type of music really did it for me hard, and still does do it for me hard.
Mm-hmm.
Natalie Cole, am I saying that name right? That's who I mean,
Merchant,
right? Natalie
Natalie
Merchant.
Merchant.
Natalie Merchant. Duh. Natalie
Natalie
Cole's
Merchant
amazing
was
too.
maybe my number one for a while. When she was in 10,000 Maniacs, that was when it really hit. And then her solo career, of course,
Tell me the
was
solo, her hit solo, her first hit solo
I must be
song.
one of the wonders, God's own creation.
Okay, I
Think about
love
it.
that. I love that song. But there's another song that I'm thinking of.
Oh, Tiger off Tiger Lily. I know what it is. Yeah, Carnival. Carnival. It's Carnival. It's ugh.
It is off Tiger Lily, but it's not Carnival. It's like
Yes, it is. Oh.
you're in. I mean, Carnival is the big hit, but that's not what I'm thinking of.
Oh,
Um,
okay, cool.
if you're
What's
listening,
your
someone tell us.
what are
There
you
was a song that
thinking?
was like that sounded very similar. I'm not gonna figure it out, but
We love Natalie Merchant, and I love
she's great. She's really great.
Our
God bless.
Time in Eden, 10,000 Maniacs is one of the best albums. I would take that album to space if I had to go to space for 3 years,
That's the
for
album
sure.
you take.
If I could, it's one of the albums. It's not the album I take.
Let me ask you this, since it's a spooky, scary Halloween, this is kind of a hard
Mhm.
question. But
Okay, sure.
if you could take one witch,
Okay.
what witch do you take to space to help you through space?
Out of what? Just any witch?
Any witch ever, any
Oh,
pop culture witch and throughout history,
but like a literal witch who's someone, okay, like a witch. Okay,
or someone
got
you
it.
consider a witch. Like some people consider Stevie Nicks a witch. Like that could you could take her. You know.
Yeah, I think I would take, you talk about something and let me think about it.
Okay, I'll tell you
Let,
my witch.
yeah,
I would
what's yours?
definitely. I mean, it would be really insulting to the viewers of this podcast and listeners if I didn't
If you
say Elphaba.
Or if you didn't say Jenna
Um,
Lee Green, Jenna
if I
Lee
didn't
Green.
say Jenna Lee Green from Bear the Pop Opera as Elphaba. Uh, but actually, since you mentioned Jenna Lee Green, I would take Sabrina. I would take Sabrina
You
the
would.
Teenage Witch
Okay.
because I think she'd be really resourceful, but also really fun. Elphaba's kind of a downer.
Yeah, I think you have
No
to bring
offense.
someone who's going to be upbeat.
Yeah,
And not annoying. That's the other thing though. Like
Sabrina can
you're
be annoying
stuck
for sure.
you're stuck with this person and they have to be, like yikes. Like
Maybe
what
I'd
if you
take
have
Kathy and Jimmy from Hocus Pocus.
I think I would take Kathy and Jimmy, but I would take Kathy and Jimmy not from Hocus Pocus. Because Kathy and
Oh,
Jimmy is not the real Kathy and Jimmy is not annoying. But I think Kathy and Jimmy, the character from Hocus Pocus, might get old.
she might get old. What I like about her character in that movie is she's like always lifting Bette Midler up, and I kind of need that. I'm kind of into that. She's like, "Oh, the
Yeah.
way you described that was so perfect, Winnie." I'm kind of that doesn't get annoying to me. I'm like, "Yeah, give me more. I'll
And
take this."
she lifts people up in real life. She's really, she's lifting up the people of Pennsylvania right now with Deborah Messing in the streets.
Ah, we love Miss Kathy and Jimmy.
We really do.
Where are
Mm.
you from originally?
I'm from the the void as it looks like in this room. It looks like the blackness. I mean,
It
my room is
does.
actually like, I'm from San Antonio, Texas.
Hey, Texas. What were your slumber parties like growing up?
Um, who was I talking about? There was an episode of Pen 15 about slumber parties, and I wasn't someone who flourished in that environment. I did a 911 call. Can you come get me, mom? Like I was that person. I didn't like I wasn't like a popular middle schooler. Um,
That's often
you
the
know,
story with the gay people we have on here. It's
yeah.
like, yeah,
But once I got to high school, honey,
honey, everything changed. She was a bad
everything
cheerleader.
changed. Every day was a slumber party.
Yes.
Um, and I slayed. I slayed the Zima in high school. Like I slayed the Zima. Yeah, I slayed the
Honey,
Doritos.
I was a bedwetter through high school. So
Through high school?
until I was 16 years old, I paid the bet.
Well, that's early high school. But so
I guess.
why did you think that was it like to get your mom's attention? Was she dead?
No, she's still with
I'm
us.
sorry.
She's
Okay,
still
okay.
with
Sometimes
Maybe
my
it was
mouth
for
is
I
like,
wonder. I wonder for attention. Maybe it was like, yeah, pay attention to me. I have a very small bladder and I'm like a crazy, not as much anymore, but was a crazy sound sleeper. Like my mom would
hmm.
try to wake me up in the morning, my alarm wouldn't wake me up. I
Oh.
had one of those pee alarms to try to like send me a message to
No.
not do it anymore. I would pee the bed and the alarm would go off and it would go like "Meow," to like tell me not to like give me a sense memory to not pee. And my mom would come in and she would shake me and she'd be like, "It's so scary. It seems like you're
Oh
dead."
my God. Oh
Are you
my.
getting breaking news right now?
I'm getting breaking news. Well, my question for you is, and you can tell me that we don't talk about this or we do, but does that having a small bladder, etc., does that affect like sexualness? Like, are you one of those guys who can like pee while they're getting fucked?
I can't pee during
Okay.
gay
Okay.
sex. I can't pee. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't think it affects it. The only way it really affects it is like every time I hook up, I'm like, we can't start until I go pee because I'm like gonna have to pee.
Oh, because your bladder's small. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But other than that, no, I don't think it. No, and we can talk about sexual stuff. It's a slumber party, honey.
Because I have a small prostate.
What does that mean? Like, what does that?
I don't know. I said, well, it means that like when I have tried and I have tried, I don't want to get like shade from people who've been like, I know for a fact you've gotten fucked. But like I am not the world's best bottom because it doesn't it's I and I this is I'll cut to this. I asked my doctor, what am I doing wrong? Why don't like what I asked my literal doctor, what can like why does it not feel that great to bottom? And he was like, let's check. And just kidding. But he did. I said, do
Bend
I have
over.
like do I have a problem with my prostate? Is it enlarged? Is it like off to the side? Is it whatever? And he was like, you actually have a small prostate. And I was like, oh, which means like I guess like nothing can get to it, you know?
Your prostate would survive a horror movie if it were the lead. Nothing can get to it.
Yeah, it's last girl, final
It's
girl.
the final girl. It's the Nev
Yeah.
Campbell of buttholes.
My prostate built a mystery and no one can solve it. No one can solve it,
So
honey.
if you have a small prostate, then it's harder. That's like the thing that people are hitting during gay sex that like feels so good. Your
Um,
prostate.
right, that's like the thought.
That's the
That's the
spot.
thought. Yeah.
The human body, man, so interesting. There should be a
Wow.
gay horror movie about a prostate that
Have you wet your bed as an adult lately?
I have not wet the bed since I was 16 years old, but it literally stopped like overnight. I literally wet the bed consistently every single night for the first 16 years of my life, and then it stopped. Isn't that
Mm.
wild? My friend Emmy,
It's
who's in the chat,
wild.
I used to wet her bed. We would go to my friends'
Oh my
places,
God.
and I would
So
pee in their like or on the sleeping bag, like pee on their floors. It was so mortifying. That's why I
that's
want to do
nice
this
though.
podcast. Yeah, mark my
Yeah.
territory. Yeah, leave a
Pee
little.
on pee on my bed.
Okay, that I could get into that.
I wonder. It's interesting because I have been in dreams. I've had everyone's had this, but I've been in dreams where I've been in front of the toilet peeing, and then I pee, and then I feel it up against my pubis, and I'm like, oh God, it's not going in the toilet, it's going on my upper pubic mound.
Yeah, yeah, on that upper pubic mound.
I feel warmth on my pubes, and it's pee, and it's not going in the toilet, it's going on me, my
That's a
upper.
dream that you have.
No, it's yeah, like I'm like, oh, I'm at the toilet, I'm gonna pee, and then I pee in it, but it's real. Like I'm peeing in the bed, and I am awakened by the warm feeling on my upper pubic mound.
You're actually so lucky that that wakes you up. Because, honey, when I was a child, I was pissing all over her, and it was not waking me up.
You didn't give a shit.
It's like, I don't care. I'm peeing everywhere. But there was a girl, to make me feel better, our friend from home told me that a girl she had spent the night with pooped in her bed.
No, peeped in her sleep.
Pooped
Well,
in her
actually,
sleep.
I feel like sometimes depending on what you've eaten and depending on the amount of fiber you've had and the amount of like power with which you fart, you could shit the
But wouldn't you'd probably know though, right? You'd like wake up as you're pooping. Like that's a lot of releasing.
bed.
There's a lot
Well,
releasing from your body to not know that. Oh, hey, I think I just absolutely shit in this bed. I think poop's absolutely escaping my anus right now. No matter how small your prostate is, John, I think you'd know if you're pooping out your butthole.
I don't know. I think because water, because because water is so like pea water is so wet, that like poop, poop is like, your butt crack is always kind of like a certain warmth. And, there's always like a certain level of pH. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Don't shit the bed. If you shit the bed, you don't know that you're fucking, I don't know. You should, I don't know. I don't know what this, I don't want to say anything, I'm going to say something really cruel. I won't.
But bottom line, don't shit the bed.
Don't shit the bed. Oh my God. But
Don't
I will
shit the
say,
bed.
I shit my pants the other day walking my dog.
You did.
Yeah, like I farted and it was poop.
I've, I'm not gonna lie to you. I shit my pants within the last 2 months, as well.
Yeah, it was in the last 2 months, and I
Oh my
and
god, these hairballs.
I well, I mean, look at what I'm dealing with here.
Yeah, you need her
Um,
pulled back like a Vanessa Carlton style.
but look how bad she looks that way.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
messy. Wait, tell me about you pooping your pants.
okay, so I was walking my dog, the dog that you can see in the video. Like,
Hi,
not anymore.
Chihuahua. Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember I'd had a lot of coffee, right? So that's always where it starts. Is you wake up, you have your coffee, you have whatever, um, and I thought, and also like I'm picking up my dog's poop, and I'm waiting for him to poop, and like picking him up. Oh my God, stop it!
Oh my god.
Can you hear this?
Yeah,
Can you hear
it's
this
okay.
motorcycle trend?
Motorcycles are too
Anyway,
loud.
so I thought, you know what? I did feel like a satanic urge to poop, like a very, very evil, or like an urge the likes of which I haven't felt in a very long time. And I thought, oh shit, that's what I thought. And so I thought, you know what? I'm gonna let a little steam out, a little steam heat, just to give me a little time before I can get upstairs. My
Of
dog knows
course,
what I'm talking about him. He
let
just
out
jumped
that
off the
little
bed.
Stanley steamer. Of course.
yeah, and so I just kind of like I was like, and I walk my dog in public as I'm outside in public walking the dog. So I farted, and as you've known, as someone who's pooped their pants before, you may know the feeling of when you fart and then you shart. It's a different feeling. It's like a little like air and then water. You know what I mean? It's like air, then poop. This, it was very quiet. It was very stealth. Nothing happened. It was almost like someone had like an icing piper for a cake, you know, and they piped. My whole became a piper, like a pipe. Was that what it's called? A piping.
Yeah.
And it was like just someone gave it a gentle squish. Like there was no air, there was no blast. It was just pure, smooth piping.
That's
And
actually
I
what people say about you around town. They go, "Oh, John, old gentle Piper over there."
yeah, I'm the Pied Piper, and it was
Pipe.
like I had piped my panties.
How far were you from your home?
I was right outside, and I thought, oh God, because it was such I knew I had piped that I was like, oh God, I was like, yep, a little bit must have come out, but because it was so silent, I don't know how much. So I ran upstairs, and it was just like if someone had done like a rose pipe
Oh, okay. Just a
and
small
icing.
rose, like okay. You're actually very lucky then, because mine 2 months ago, I was hanging out social distance with a friend just about a mile down from my
Excuse
apartment,
me,
and I
Greg.
obviously couldn't use the bathroom because of COVID. And so I said, okay, I'm actually feeling like I must leave right now because I knew I was gonna have to poop. And so I leave his place, and I'm like, I can make it. It's about a mile, about a half mile in. I start to realize,
Oh
oh,
no,
it's coming. The
it's
baby's
coming.
coming. It's happening.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
happening. And I start running. I start full speed running. I said, I can do this.
Oh,
I can make it home. And I'm farting, and I'm literally holding my
oh no,
butthole
don't
with my
fart.
hand. I know, but I couldn't help it. I mean, holding my butthole with my hand as I'm running, just like trying to keep it in. And I'm going and I'm going, and I make it all the way to my front door, and I try to open my front door,
No,
and it happens.
no, no, it happened.
It happened. All like a huge amount all over my pants, and I had to.
No.
Yeah. So if you're out there and you poop the bed, listen, we poop walking around in the world, so in our
Yeah,
pants, so you're not alone.
yeah. I really like what I've done with my wig in the past
You
10
actually
seconds.
look really fierce right now. You're someone else though now. This wig is now different. Who is
I
she
think I'm I
now?
think I'm a I think I'm a great granddaughter of Velma Von Tussle.
Oh my God! Yes, I absolutely see that. A great granddaughter of Elma Von Tussle.
Should I take the time to plug my computer in because it says your Mac will sleep soon unless plugged into a power?
Yeah, yeah, get that plug, girl. And while you're plugging the computer, I'll plug my new video with my
Yes, plug
gay
that.
boyfriend that you guys should
Oh my
all
god.
watch.
I watched some of it.
Oh my God, thank you. I made my gay boyfriend watch my 2010 Halloween theme park show that I did, and it was absolutely amazing in every way, and he simply could not believe how bad at dancing I am, which was shocking to me. Oh my God, Emmy says, "Give me Miranda Priestley, honey." I see that. The side swoop
Oh,
gives you some Miranda Priestley on top for sure.
yeah.
Come on, Meryl.
Hold
Wait,
on.
wait. Speaking of hairspray, the Velma Von Tussle,
Yeah.
my next question for you is only 2 words long, and the question is Shoshana Bean.
What? Do you want me to play my Marco Polos from her for you?
Yes, literally. Yes. First of all, I can't believe you still have Marco Polo. I love that. That is very
What?
2016 of you.
Nuh-uh.
Is
I
it
love
Marco
Marco
Polo
Polo.
hot? I got rid of it. I couldn't do it.
It got hot again.
It got
No,
hot
it
again.
got hot. It got
But
hot
people were
again.
sending me like 8 minute long videos, and I was like, I don't want this. This is like constant voicemails in my face. But if it was from
Okay.
Shoshana Bean, honey, that's a different story.
Did I swoop like this? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Oh, there she goes. There she goes. And she's back. There she is. There's Miranda. Okay, honey, Shoshana Bean. You did Hairspray with
Well,
her.
so Shoshana was one of the first people I met and one of my first friends, and still such a good friend. Let's see.
You know that I am deeply obsessed with Miss Bean.
Are you?
Yes, everyone really is when you think about it.
She's the most talented person I know.
I mean, truly. I sometimes I'll look up her for her videos of like in Hairspray when she went on
Oh,
for.
is it his birthday? The man that I never see or hear from, is it his birthday? Happy birthday to you.
That's nice.
She is really everything. For those of you listening who don't know who Shoshana Bean is, and by that I mean only Emmy, who is not a musical theater fan like me, she is everything. She is the greatest vocalist of this or any generation. The
She
riffs
is.
are nuts.
She's. I think it used to be all about the riffs, but now I think it's just about the actual voice, like the
The
actual voice. I was
voice, the
standing.
power,
The power and the control.
the con-
And I was standing with, who was I talking to? Another really great singer. I won't name drop. And
Please do.
see, I want this to be bigger. Yeah.
There it is,
So,
honey.
oh wait,
Yes.
let me go back to something you were saying. You were a theme park employee, and let me just say something. So was I.
Where?
Six Flags Fiesta, Texas.
Absolutely, honey. I applied there. I applied to be a performer there. I know exactly.
You
Oh,
apply. You applied.
when I was working at Cedar Point, shout out amusement park in Ohio,
Oh,
they
that's
had
great.
like playbill.com had like a thing
Mm.
for Six Flags Siesta or whatever it's called. And I
Yes, siesta is more like it.
oh, Fiesta.
I'll give him that. Siesta. My show was a siesta and a half
What was your
hang.
show? What was your sleepy show?
Living for my styling right now.
Your styling is absolutely
Um,
giving. What was your show?
my show was called Now That's Country,
Of course it was. Of course it
and
was.
this was 1996. This was early on.
The best year in history.
It was a great year. I graduated college. I graduated college. Excuse me, high school. I graduated high school. I started college. First boyfriend, came out, got a car. Not in that, or none of those are in order. But anyway,
And
I worked at Six Flags Siesta, Texas, and I was in the country show, and I sang Garth Brooks. I sang George Strait. I sang who else? Who else? A
honey,
little
what
front
Garth
back,
Brooks song
maybe.
did you sing?
Standing Outside the Fire.
I don't even know that one. I don't even know
Yes,
that
you
one.
do.
Mm.
Yes, Standing Outside the Fire.
Standing outside the fire. It's been burning, but we're standing outside the fire.
Billy Joel.
Then I don't know
Standing
it.
outside the fire. Now you've ruined
Take
it
us
for
there.
me.
Take us there. Please take
I
us
mean, I did
there.
it 5 times a week for 4 months. Then actually, let's cut to the chase. And then the next summer, I worked at Disneyland and in LA, in California, down there in Anaheim, right down there. Like, I'm looking at it. It's on
What did
fire.
you do there? What did you do there?
Tim, you're not going to believe me when I tell you.
I need to know.
You're not. You're going to think I'm making this up and I'm being hyperbolic and I'm just telling this to be fun, like to have a fun story. And I'm not lying, as I love to lie.
Tell me the truth. Who did you play? Who were you
The
being?
truth is, I was in the Hunchback of Notre Dame show. The irony of it all is, well, first of all, I'll start with this.
You're a wig. Go on.
I'm a genie. Um, when I started rehearsals, here's who was in rehearsals with me: two guys I didn't know, and Stephanie Block, and
Okay,
myself.
I'm completely gagged and I'm screaming.
And she was like, okay, and because she was going to be an Esmeralda
Absolutely.
swing, and I was like, and her energy was so manic, and I was like, this girl doesn't want to be here. She is so overly professional, and like, people who are like doing their like making notes with their pencils and stuff, and I'm just like, I'm a performer who goes like with my emotions. Like I don't take notes. I'm like, yeah, I'll figure it out. That's why I don't have a Tony. And she does. And so after two rehearsals, she quit. But I literally was the voice of Quasimodo.
First of all, what a weird show. That's like one of those classic movies of theirs that like nobody ever does anything with. Because like
Yeah, they
it's
did something with it.
and you sang out there?
I sang out there.
Bitch.
I know, and I fucking sang the shit out of it too.
Yes, I bet you did. I bet you did. As
Yeah.
you tousle your wig. Yeah, I fucking sang
Well,
the shit
now
out of it.
now I'm like kind of into this.
Yeah, that's kind of fierce actually that way. Wait, that's someone else. That's someone new entirely. That's sort of giving me like
Definitely a horror. Or actually,
definitely
no,
a horror.
this is giving me like Valley of the Dolls.
I was
You
gonna
know?
say actually it's kind of giving me like 90s Christy Brinkley. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, 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 yeah,
so
yeah,
big
yeah,
and
yeah.
so swept and like that's 90s hair. That's almost
Mm,
that's like yeah. Okay, honey, I'm loving that. That's really giving it to me. Wait,
okay.
I cannot believe it. So Steffi J. Block did this theme park show with you for 2 days, and then she quit. She did eventually play Belle at some, maybe Disneyland, I don't know, but she was not having it at the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
No, because I think she knew because she was gonna be a swing, but it was in LA. It was a union gig. Also, who was in that show? Melinda Chua, long and little known fact, closed out the she was the last Kim in Miss Saigon on Broadway at on the Broadway theater.
Of
Not the last before the revival, but she was the original because I was in that show as well. And it was like, oh, hi Melinda, we used to work together at
at
Disneyland.
a theme park.
Now
Isn't
we're
that
on Broadway.
that's so fun? I really do love
Hmm.
that about the theater world. It's truly
Yeah,
so small. Wait, you also know I fucking live for Miss Saigon.
you do.
Yeah, I
I
saw
I hmm
you do or no?
I do. It
It's
was
so
it
beautiful.
was my first show.
Oh my God. Were you freaking out? So you were in California and then you were like, I need to come to Broadway.
I freaked out. I was in college here in California, and I had started auditioning for Johnson Liff casting like gangbusters because I was like, I'm sorry, you can hire me now. I'm so good. Like I had like crazy confidence, and I was like, hire me now. And I would go to like auditions in like a mint green Gap polo and khakis and be like I would sing like Joanna from Sweeney Todd and be like, listen to how good I can belt. And like I don't know what I was doing, but I would stand there like dead eyes, not knowing how to act at all. And they were like, keep coming back because we really like you. And like that wasn't like shade. It was actually really nice. And they were like, no, really, like we do like you. You're just literally 18. So I was like, that shouldn't stop you. So
What am I
So
too
was
young?
Francis. um so like anyway, I kept coming back, and then for 2 years I kept coming to every open call they ever had, and I would stand there, I would wait, I would get a call back, then I would come back and I'd be like, we don't know, but we like you a lot, blah blah blah. And then by the time my senior year rolled around, I was like, I'm never gonna get cast in anything, but I'm gonna go. And one of the only songs I knew, because I was sort of going, there's a lot of weird vocal coaches out here in LA, and they'll be like, I don't play the piano, but I can teach you how to do it from your spirit center. And you're like, mm, and give me $145 for 30
Right.
minutes. Like, they're crazy. So, like, kids, watch out.
Yeah.
But I was one of those kids who was like, okay.
Yeah, I need
So the
lessons.
the one song we would practice on was "Why God Why" from Miss I God, because it was the only song like I guess he knew and that I knew, and this weird guy up in Laurel Canyon who like didn't really know where he was anyway. So I knew that it was like one of the only songs I knew at that point. So like because I anyway, I hadn't gone to musical theater school, and I was like whatevs. So I know this song. I went, and they were like, okay, let's have a chat. Like they kept me a long time, and they were like, when do you graduate? Because this was like August. And I was like, I can graduate anytime you want. And they were like, no, really though, because we want you to stay in school. Like we don't want to like take someone out of college. And I was like, no, you don't understand. Take me out of
You were
school.
like, fuck college. I want to be on Broadway. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but and then like by that point, I kind of like knew them all and like had known them for a few years. So I kind of anyway. So 2 months later, I get a phone call, and they were like, do you want to come join the company? And I was like, yeah, I graduated. I decided to graduate early in December, which was a lie. And I was like, yeah. When they're like, can you be here in 2 weeks? I was like, yes, I can. And I said, I'll see you in 2 weeks. And I boxed up basically nothing and left. And then my teacher, who like my drama teacher, who had just like not cast me in a play, saw me walking across campus, and she was like, when God closes the door, sometime he opens the window. And I was like, can it, Kathy?
Can it, Kathy? You didn't cast me. And
Yeah,
now I'm a Broadway star.
in
So
the
eat
importance
it.
of being earnest. And I'll
Honey,
tell you the
you'd be a
importance
great
of being
Algernon.
earnest. Yeah, well, I know. I wanted to be fucking Mrs. Havisham or whoever she was. Mm,
Isn't that
what can I
funny?
say?
It's so funny that how like college theater programs can make you feel so small and it all means literally
Oh,
nothing. This
it means
girl
nothing.
that I went to college with never got cast in literally anything. Our first semester of senior year, we were doing Hamlet, and she got cast as like I don't know, The Handmaid's Tale or whatever. Like the girl that comes in and is like, here's your shawl, Ophelia. Like she literally had three lines. So she
Right.
was like, I'm gonna quit. Obviously, I'm not gonna like. I've never been cast in 4 years. I'm not gonna do three lines. Like I'd rather assistant direct this. And so that's what she did. And then literally over winter break that year, she booked Maria in West Side Story on Broadway,
Yeah.
and she was the first and only replacement of that like 2010 revival of or 2009 revival of West Side Story on Broadway.
On Broadway. What's her name?
Sarah Emanuel.
Never heard of her. But that
That's
that sounds great.
what I mean. That's what college theater programs are. It's like I mean, it's like The Vow. It's like it can be a cult if you let it be that, or you tell yourself like, okay, I don't need to invest in this so deeply. Wait, so you then reunited with Shoshana Bean when, or I mean, sorry, Stephanie Clark
Mm.
when you did
Mm-hmm. Boy from Oz.
Oz.
Yeah,
Were
and
you
she was
like, hey,
so
I did a theme park show with you for 2 days?
yeah, I was like, do you remember? And like I loved that story because it was so funny. It was just so funny to me. But she didn't love me telling that story all the time, I think. That like, hey, remember when you were like an understudy in Anaheim at Disneyland at the Hunchback of Notre Dame show and then you quit? Like I thought that was really funny because it was funny for me because I was
Right,
Quasimodo. Like that's a
right.
funny story. And it was kind of like, she thought that was funny for a sec. And then but what was nice was we share a best friend. And so oh, the dogs are out tonight. But yeah, we share a best friend and like we kind of got that out of the way, but then like the it was good that we had like such a history because by the time Boy from Oz rolled around, we were sitting at Vinyl on 8th Avenue back before it was the now old, but at that point new location. It was the old location.
Yeah.
Sitting outside, and she was like, "I just got cast as Liza." The history being Hugh had been out of town filming X-Men 2 for 8 months, and I had gotten cast earlier. So I read with all the Lizas they ever auditioned, including Beth Level, including everyone who ever got seen for Liza. And I was Hugh because I had been cast as like a standby. And so I auditioned with all of them. So like we had seen each other. I had auditioned with her, and she was like, I just got the call. Like I'm gonna be Liza. And I was like, you're gonna be Liza. Oh my God, we're gonna be in that show together, and hopefully that show will go better than The Boy from Oz, and you won't leave after 2 weeks.
Better than Notre Dame, you mean? Hunchback of
And
Notre Dame.
that was a hard part. Liza Minnelli.
Yeah, she loves to hear the music. That is like so legendary. That number is. Wait, did you go on for Hugh Jackman?
No, you know the insurance rules are if a celebrity's name is above the title, ticket holders can get their money back.
I've heard that
So
before.
you can't ever go on, or because it's cheaper to just call it than have
Right.
like the 50 people who'd stay and watch you.
Right.
Plus that
So
bitch never called out.
he never called out.
Mm-mm.
What does
No.
he smell like?
Mm.
Good.
Money. Yeah, he smells
Money.
good. Smells good. Smells like a normal, like rich, like sweaty. He's sweaty, clean, but clean, rich money sweat.
Clean rich, clean rich, money sweat. He's an interesting one because he's one of the only he's like part of a generation of a thing that we don't really have anymore, which is like movie star
Mm,
and musical theater star. Like
yeah,
that's other than like James Corden, like we don't. And I guess Meryl, but Meryl's not like going to do Broadway. Like
no.
he really like does Broadway shows and is like an
Shows,
A-list movie star,
right.
which used to be
And
way
likes
more
to
common
do,
of a thing.
yeah, and does live shows, really, I heard from him recently that he feels like that helps his performance in film and television doing live shows. So I think that's something that, you know, all the greats, have said, doing live stuff is really something that energizes you, that refuels you, and blah 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 blah. Let's talk
Wah,
about my
wah,
week
wah,
some
wah.
more.
Yeah, the wig is absolutely gag worthy.
I think they
Um,
really hit on it now. Like,
what? Yeah, now she is someone different again though. Now she's like maybe 80s. She's someone 80s. It's swoopy.
80 Bryant.
It's 80 Bryant. It's 80 Bryant's swoopy Kurtz. Wait. What
No.
movies what I've never asked this question on the pod before, but I need to know from you. What
Okay.
movies we just watched Scary Movie 2, which came out when I was in junior high
Oh,
and was
such a good film.
so funny, but it's also really sexy. Like I used to be really super turned on by that film.
For the
What
Wayans
movies?
brothers.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
Jack.
one of them's
Jack.
like gay. One of them's like pretend gay, or he is
I
gay and he's like covering
know.
it up, and it was so hot to
It's
me.
so frustrating.
Ugh.
Yeah,
What
I want it.
movies
Want it.
turned you on when you were coming
Oh,
of age?
that's easy. So I used to live next, like a mile from, a VHS rental facility called Movie Magic. It then turned into a Blockbuster, but it was before Blockbuster, so it was just called Movie Magic. Now, if you were 12 and older and they knew you, they just rent whatever you wanted. So
Oh,
there was a lot of grabbing movies off the shelves, being like, yeah, thanks. And then you just return them through the slot. So it'd be like, we need to return these movies, go put them through the slot. So I could easily take movies, manipulate them so no one saw, and then just return them with the rest. So I'm talking Wild Orchid with Mickey Rourke. I'm talking 9.5 Weeks, again with Mickey Rourke and Kim Basinger. That whole era, Basic Instinct, Sliver, that was my learning to orgasm.
and for Mickey Rourke,
That
was it him specifically?
I had a thing for Mickey Rourke during the Wild Orchid phase, obviously not now. I did have a thing for, I don't know, I liked a sensitive guy, but a sensitive guy who could let me think. Like I had a thing for like Kyle McLaughlin for a second there. He like in Blue Velvet, like I had like a David Lynchian like perverted sense of like gross. I don't- Oh, oh,
The dog doesn't
she's
like that. The dog does
she's
not like that.
she's
She
turned
does not like
on
David
and
Lynch.
ready to go.
Yeah, she loves it.
Pete, come here.
Wait,
So
we
that was
do.
it, like definitely like a VH1, VHS type of like
I had
yeah.
Major League on VHS. Remember Major League, the baseball movie?
Yes. Oh.
And there's a scene where they're in the locker room and they would show their butts. And
Oh.
honey, I couldn't get enough of the butts.
I love the butts.
I love the butts.
How about this? My dad took me to see Showgirls in the theater.
Wait, I love that. When you
And we were
saw it, were you like, did you know that it was like insane? Or were you like,
we
this is good?
we were Christians. We had like we knew it was gonna be something because like he and I bonded over like erotic thrillers, even though we couldn't even have like alcohol in the house. Um, but we like saw Basic Instinct. I don't know. He kind of got into like the production of it all. Like he was like, "Oh yeah, Jesse Spano is gonna be like a whore now. Let's go see what it's all about."
Yeah. This is gonna be fucking
And I was like,
wild.
"Yeah."
When you
And I
said
was like, mm,
this is not for me. These boobies flying
oh,
around, not
no,
for me.
oh no, it was so for me. I felt like you know how it is with showgirls. Like when you get past the dolphin sex in the water, it starts to get a little dark.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of rape. I'm not a fan of rape.
Yeah, no, thank you. I've actually never seen that movie until 3 years ago, maybe. And I watched it with a friend who like loved it, and he was introducing it to me, and I was like, "This is." I've heard so much folklore about this that it's like wild to watch. We do
It's
have to
wild.
end on the live, and we're gonna move
Okay.
on over to our
Yeah.
Patreon if that's cool with
Sure.
you.
Sure.
We're gonna
Sure.
do some slumber party games on our Patreon, but before we move over, I want to play a slumber party game with you where we guess
Ah,
your gay future. So
oh
pick a
God.
color.
I wonder if I have one. Yellow.
YELLOW. 1, 4, 5, or 8.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4, 5, or 8 again.
4.
Okay, 4.
5.
4 or 5. Um. Okay, 4. You become a gorgeous mermaid and you love Prince Eric, but the worst thing that could ever happen to a gay person happens to you. You can't sing.
I don't. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you're a bad singer now. I'm
I
so
kind of lost it
sorry.
anyway. It's okay. I had my time. I had my
I had my
time.
time. She did Broadway. She did her
Yeah.
Broadway time. She did her Broadway time. John, where can the people follow you? Where can they listen to the feels? Tell
Oh
them
my
all the
God.
things.
Listen to SiriusXM The Feels every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, and follow me on. Oh God, she's choking on cocks. Oh God, she's peeing her pants. She's has a huge
She's
prostate.
pooping.
She's shitting her poops.
She's building a
Um,
mystery in her ass.
yeah. You should wear your rust to wear. Um, John Arthur Hill on Instagram. Otherwise, you can't find me on any other platform. I'm off of Facebook and Twitter. Goodbye.
I see you wouldn't want to be and you can follow me at Team Murray06 on all platforms. Subscribe to this channel if you're not already. And John and I are going to do about 10 to 15 minutes of fun slumber party games, Halloween themed, honey. I got a bunch of fun Halloween questions for him. So if
Hey.
you want to watch that, and you can watch Jessica Fosk, Eden Espinoza, all the other extra bonus that we have on the Patreon, which is the link is in the comments if you want to subscribe to my Patreon. I would love it so much. Thank you so much, John. This has been a blast.
Eden Espinosa was also in Hunchback of Notre Dame. what I want to say.
Shut up.
Same show.
She's an Anaheim
Me,
gal.
me, Eden, Stephanie, Melinda Chua. There were a lot of Broadway bitches. The whole
A
gang.
lot of Broadway
Anyway,
bitches
bye.
working.
Thank you for having me.